I mean, maybe he should just go out and like buy a Game Boy Advance instead.
I don't think he's going to be okay with that. We'd be okay with that. But I think he wants the fancy new system.
Maybe I can make him a diorama and claim that it's a 3DS.
I think the real answer here, though, is Black Gary BLAM.
We will be #1 on searches for Black Gary BLAM.
Yeah, no one here had a lot of useful advice. They said to
Yeah.
well, they said to sell his older games. I guess that's reasonable.
Yeah.
Sure.
Do extra work around the house. I believe he said specifically that he wouldn't do that.
Well, then you're out of luck.
Yeah.
Well, at 11, what can you really do to make money? Like, it's kind of illegal to work at a job, as far as I know.
Yeah.
Just kind of illegal.
We need to talk about the allowance issue.
$5 a week?
$5 per week?
Yeah.
It might be time to ask for some kind of a raise or start doing more.
Oh.
And as for his non-willingness to do a lemonade stand, oh well.
Well, maybe it's illegal.
You don't get money.
Yeah, his house isn't zoned for that.
Maybe.
I mean, if he can get his allowance up to like $10 a week, that's what, only like another month and a half or so?
Well, so hold on. Didn't he say something about, like, expenses? Do 11-year-olds have expenses?
Well, yeah, I mean, he has to pay his, Yu-Gi-Oh bills and whatnot. Got to beat the addiction. Reasonable.
Oh. Well,
Also,
I think that's good. I think we should stick with that plan because, like in about a month, this is going back to E3. Maybe they'll actually announce 3DS games worth playing at E3.
He won't be able to afford them, though, once he spends all his money on the system.
And besides, by the time E3 comes out, there's going to be a new system. Bigger screen, more 3D.
Yeah, wait, that's my new prediction. 3DS Advance.
Yeah, it'll be 3D-er.
Neural
4D.
implants to make it 4D. Everything will be drawn in hypercubes.
Whoa. Tesseract?
So, yeah. Mr. Darkness, if you're listening, I think you need a raise. That's what and then patience. A raise and patience. That would do it.
And stop being so picky. Do a lemonade stand.
I think you should go for sports instead of video games, to be quite honest.
I hope you're prepared to face the consequences, Michael Gray.
Yikes. Now get it right or pay the price.
Oh, I remember that show.
Save it for the
Dang, it
credits.
fell apart.
Anyway, where was I? I don't know where I was. Speaking of the 3DS, though, is anybody excited for The Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time 3D?
No.
No? Okay. Well, I've read so many reviews about it, and they're just ranting and raving about how it has all these great new graphics, but I've been looking at it, and I don't really think it's new. I think it's just like the Secret of Monkey Island remake, where it's the exact same game, everything is exactly the same, only with different graphics.
Like, do you think they just kind of painted over the game?
Yeah, that's what it looks like, exactly like that.
I have no strong desire to paint a mustache on the Mona Lisa, so...
You don't?
Well, okay, I do.
But you don't think the game really needed any so-called upgrading?
Yeah, I mean, it's cool. If I owned a 3DS, I'd probably get it. It would be neat to bring it with me, but I'm not making a point of going out and getting it either.
It kind of feels like Nintendo could be spending their resources better elsewhere, perhaps. Like,
Yeah.
I assume that must be on the Virtual Console by now already.
I'd imagine so. I think it is.
So, I'm not sure where I would ask them to spend it. Maybe on New Super Mario Brothers Wii 2, if I got that name correctly. There's so many parts of it.
New Super... Yeah, that sounds Super Wii. Ultimate.
I think we'll see more Mario at the E3 too. 3DS Mario. I think we'll see that.
I think they actually said that they're working on some kind of Mario game for the 3DS. They teased that the raccoon suit from Mario 3 was coming back.
Oh.
Or possibly Tanuki suit. They didn't say which, really.
Yeah. What about the giant boot?
No confirmation on that,
Mm.
which is a shame.
Let me see. I can't think of anything else. Maybe we'll have a surprise announcement about Phoenix Wright coming back at E3.
Maybe they were just doing it to mess with us specifically.
Yes.
Yeah, they wanted to see what GameCola's reaction would be.
Those
They probably
rubes!
could have guessed it. Yeah. We were delighted to hear the news. Well, think of it this way. Well, they didn't announce anyway that they were working on more of the Phoenix Wright main series, but they said the two spin-offs. Well, I guess it depends on when Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright is set. But anyway, maybe it's a blessing in disguise because, I mean, do we really need to see more of Drunken Hobo Phoenix?
I think we do. We need to see the redemption storyline.
You mean where Mia, or whichever one's still around, hops into a time machine and goes back and stops Hobo Phoenix from hoboing?
Yeah. I know that sounds like an implausible storyline, but if you actually play Apollo Justice, there's a time machine where you go back to before Phoenix became a drunken hobo.
Turnabout time machine!
You actually get this... It's a weird game mechanic just so you can see the trial where Phoenix, loses his lawyer's badge for forging evidence. But I think they could totally abuse that to make sure it doesn't happen.
Is this the part where you go down to the center of the Earth in a giant elevator?
Yeah. No, it's called the Mason system, whatever that refers to.
Mason.
And then he uses evidence from the future and the past in order to help solve the case.
See, I would play that game if not for everything else about that game. That sounds awesome. Day of the Phoenix Wright Tentacle. To the future. Okay, maybe the name needs a little work, but...
Could be worse. It could be the Super Wii.
Alright, Nathaniel.
Uh,
Got any topics for us?
What about Mega Man? Are they working on any Mega Man games whatsoever after canceling the one?
Last I heard, they were working on, in Korea, a orc pig, however you pronounce that, MMORPG of Mega Man set way, way in the future, which actually, at first I wasn't too excited about, but after learning more about it, it seems like it's set in the regular robot continuity, if you're familiar with the other spin-off games that take place inside the internet, or whatever it is. I
like that game.
Yeah, whatever that game is. It's set way, way in the future, and it's basically, oh, look, well, the world's in trouble, and we have the DNA of all of these super robot heroes like X and Zero on file, so we're going to make you clones, or something like clones, using their DNA, so you look like the heroes and may have some of their abilities, even though you're total frauds who need to prove yourselves for the first time. So it's basically an excuse for everybody to run around in sort of a platformer RPG game where you look like Zero, but you're actually not. So it looked like it might actually be potentially fun, aside from the fact that I don't speak Korean.
A minor triviality.
Yeah. So that's the only one that I'm aware of.
Wait, are they still working on that one where they were crowdsourcing all the enemies and stuff, or is that the one that got canceled?
Huh, what, who?
Weren't they working on one where they were soliciting ideas for enemies and stages and stuff from the fans? Did I make that up? I might have made that up.
Well, I mean, they used to do that for all of the new games, but I don't know. I haven't heard anything. I don't listen to anything.
Oh, I think it was on GameCola. Now I have to look it up.
Oh.
Look it up, Paul, real quick.
I think they're going to make new enemies. They should just random page Wikipedia. Actually, that's what the MMO should be. Everyone's just a different man of some kind.
Hold on. I can do this.
I'm working on it, too. We could have Cophylaxis verrucosus man.
Well,
a species of lizard endemic to Papua New Guinea.
I'm Windows Firewall, man.
I want to know what I would be. I'm Mobile Demand Man.
It's Mega Man Legends 3. That's the game we're looking for.
Yes, I just found it, too.
Oh, Mega Man Legends 3 was...
Wait, what was the fun game I just missed out on because I was doing that?
Go to Wikipedia and you are a random article man. Like, go find out what a random article you are.
That's your Mega Man evil robot man name.
Let me see. Random article.
Objectivity Man.
Whoa. Wow.
That's deep.
Wow, I got gardening by the yard, so I'm gardening by the yard man.
This sounds like a wonderful idea for a game.
See, that's what the MMO needs to be.
Yes.
They just assign you one based on Wikipedia.
But yeah, Mega Man Legends 3? Is that the one that got canceled?
Last I heard.
No, that's, I'm trying, now I have to read my own article to figure out what I was talking about. I don't remember, I just made stupid jokes about Penis Man. Sorry. Yeah, something like fans will be able to submit their own ideas to the developers
Which they
for
did.
bosses, characters, and level design, and then they're building the game based on people's ideas. I think people even get to vote on which ones they thought were the best.
Huh. Wikipedia does not say that it's canceled. Therefore, it must be true.
There you go.
How about that?
So there's that.
Interesting. What was Mega Man's Legends and Mega Man's Legend... Wait, this is the 4th game in the Mega Man Legends series? Mega Man's Legends 3 is the 4th game in the series.
What?
That's what I'm
Well, if
asking.
you count the N64 release.
Okay, what's the N64 release? That's not part of the main series?
Well, I understand it's the same thing as Mega Man Legends, but really awful. So I've been told. It's one of the branches of Mega Man that I've actually never touched. And Mega Man is a funny-looking tree with all its branches, and I have touched most of them.
Mega Man in this image, doesn't he normally have a helmet of some kind?
This is a different Mega Man, set far into the future.
Okay. And in the future, he has lost his helmet.
Because he's a different guy altogether. As far as I remember from anything I've heard about this game.
I've only ever
Also,
played
it's
the
a
first
requirement in the
couple
direction
levels
manual.
of Mega Man 9.
Yeah. And talk over Paul when he brings
Right.
something up.
Mm-hmm. How far did you get in Mega Man 9, Paul?
Maybe to the second stage, maybe. I only played the demo, and then I lost in the demo, so I decided that maybe this isn't the game for me. As has been established on this show many, many times, I'm not good at video games.
I'm still waiting for Mega Man Mania, if anybody remembers that. Nobody?
Was that
Okay.
the Game Boy collection?
Yeah, the Game Boy
The Game
collection.
Game collection? That would have been nice.
I do remember that they had Game Boy versions of the earlier Mega Man games, and they had like 6 bosses instead of 8.
Well,
What
that's
they-
not entirely accurate.
No?
Nathaniel, you can explain it better than I can.
So, what Capcom did, and this is pretty cool, they released 5 Mega Man games for the Game Boy, the regular plain old Game Boy. And at first it was, oh, well, let's take bosses from 2 different Mega Man games and throw them in together. So, for example, the first game, you fight 4 bosses from the original Mega Man, and then you go to a castle stage, and then you fight 4 more bosses from Mega Man 2. And then you go through, the rest of the castle and fight Dr. Wily. And it's just, we're sort of rehashing this and giving you a little something different. And then it gradually became more and more, let's try something different, to the point where the 5th Game Boy Mega Man game was robots from outer space! And they were completely different and completely new, and it was the most innovative thing Capcom did until something that hasn't been made yet. It was really exciting.
How about that?
It's a fun series, and those of you who are interested in seeing the Mega Man games, the Mega Man Game Boy games get played, can go to... Nathaniel, you're on.
Dun, 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 dun.
No, he's not on. Okay, you can go to gc.net, which is the GameCola YouTube page. You can find video walkthroughs for the first Game Boy game for Mega Man, and the second one, and the third one, which should be posted sometime shortly.
Yeah, as soon as Nathaniel gets done lazily administrating the YouTube channel and actually administrates, for real.
It's okay, there are like 30 Miles Edgeworth videos to go before Mega Man 3, so it might be
30
a while.
miles of Edgeworth.
Well, we have to stretch this for like 6 years when they release the next Miles Edgeworth game, so...
Speaking of which, something that a lot of YouTube fans would be interested to know, will there ever be any more Phoenix Wright games posted on our channel by anyone? Because this is a question that I get, surprisingly, all the time.
It seems to be the only question you get. I like it. You'll like someone will ask it on the channel, and then you'll respond, and then the next 2 posts will be someone else asking that. Not that I'm criticizing our fans. I love all of our fans.
Maybe we should make a video addressing this.
I'm thinking about it. I'm not sure if I want to play this on the Wii or if I want to play this on the DS. I recently made a video, I finished my video walkthrough for Super Mario Galaxy 2, and one of the rewards for beating the game is you get a special notice on your message board for the Wii, and so there was like 3-second shot of my Wii main menu, and people started commenting saying that you should do the Phoenix Wright walkthroughs. I said, you have Phoenix Wright for the Wii.